So guys, we're about to open it up, okay. So how's the online stuff doing? Well sir, we got a load of things working up. We got brand new people coming along. We made a good chunk on the online slot machines. Yeah, we made 2 million last month, and then on the gambling side of the horse gambling, we made 40 million. That's on the new online site. I think once we get the advertising, out there, once we get all the stuff like we're available online and everything, I think we'll get quite a few more people. Okay, what about in stores, if you know what I mean? The arcade games were actually up. The new machine is doing a great load. I think the little setting on it where you can just sort of, make sure how many times people win and everything. I think they're really helpful because they managed to increase the month for last. We were making only 100 million off them. In total, but this last month we made 500 million, so I think the new machine's really done a great help in that way, where it's a little more precise. Also, if we take a look now, so the way we have this over here. Well, it turns out overall we've made quite a few, a bit of money. Overall, I think it was 3 billion. So there we are. I think that's good. It's the same now. We're back to all this, are we not? Yeah. So, yeah. Looks like we got ourselves something new, eh? Online now has exploded. Yeah, we're making a fair bit of money now. My God, well, it's actually interesting. Do you know how many psychologists we have to hire to make sure the people are hooked? It's interesting, because if you look at it, it's like, well, how to get people, let people get people is the simple part, because, you have a few tricks. You can win money, all this sort of stuff. It's all, nonsense, maybe you can give them a few good wins at the start, sprinkle it in there, based on their psychology. That's actually very interesting, basing it off of, one man, last year, he was hilarious. He was absolutely, he was like, oh my God, guys, I won so much money. You know what happened the next day? He comes in, bets it all. We kick it all back. Oh my God, he was just, he was really, really, really sad afterwards. I know. Yeah, right. It's keeping people is really the main thing, Anyway, I'll see. So, that's what you think, eh? What? What are you? What? I'm sorry. Can I help you? No, I just said I'd have a little discussion with you. Look, I don't know who you are, but did you really tell me? And then, you can leave, because right now I've got business to deal with. Well, no, it's interesting, isn't it? Because gambling is a very strange business, isn't it? I mean, for the person involved, it's not that strange. It's fairly simple. There's a game, and you're betting money on it. You'll win the game. But it's strange that you'll bring a company into it. Because companies, you see, I never understood this as a child, Companies are designed to make profits. So surely it doesn't make any sense to gamble when your opponent is a company. Because the company is never going to place odds in front of you that aren't going to make them profits. So at the end of the day, you're very likely to be losing money. And the only time you're not going to lose money is if you stop once you've won. The problem with that is that, well, what do you mean by won? You know, I could say, yes, I've won. Yes, look at here. I spent 50 grand on all this stuff. I won 100 quid. The point is, at the end of the day, winning. When I mean winning, I mean truly winning. I mean, you go into your online gambling thing. If you win that money, well, sure, boom, that's great. But if you continue, you lose that money. You see what I mean? And the risk you're taking is so much so that you're better off just not gambling. You know? Better off just not gambling ever, is what I mean. Not, oh, I only do it now and again. I mean, you're better off not just gambling for life. You know? But that's the problem. Because once you do it, suddenly now, you've got a problem. Because now, once you've played, now you're tricked into believing you could win. You could win. But here's the thing. If I could win, then why are you making billions every single year? You know? Surely, if I could win, then first of all, I would have to be cutting off with the players, which is something I never understand with gamblers. They don't seem to realise is that if you're winning, it's the same thing with business. If you're winning, you're taking from others. You know what I mean? By you succeeding, you're taking from others. By you getting more money than you put in, you are taking money from others. And that may all be well and good if you're selfish. But at the end of the day, you have to think, hold on a second though. Surely this could happen to me before you've won your big jackpot, which you're very unlikely to win, of course. Before that, you must think, well, hold on a second, if there is a possibility to win, surely then there must be the possibility to lose to support that winner. And now, if this company are making over lots and lots of money, billions all the time, well then, surely then that would mean that these companies are then taking more out of the pool. So what's the pool? You know, if the pool is 2 billion and you've taken out 1.9 billion, okay, there's 100 million left. 100 million spread across 100 million players. So you can win 1 quid, if you're being fair. But you're putting in more than 1 quid. So at the end of the day, my point is this. At the end of the day, the chance factor is already, you know, on face value, it's kind of bad. But what if we were to say, no, let's ignore chance. Let's look at those little games online and in person. You were talking to your colleague before about how you could just set in your figure. So we'll say your figure is only 10% of times. Now, we go here, roll, 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 roll. And you see, what you're doing there now is you're saying, for every single time that the user would actually be able to use their luck to click the right things, only 1 in 10 will the machine let them do that. So, for example, on your little slot machine there, if I was to click and if the computer didn't do anything and those were to fall into line, well, that would only happen 10% of the time. So that's my point. At the end of the day, I would have to ask myself, well, surely that is criminal. And you know what? Turns out it's not. Yeah, I know. Well, that's the way it is, you know. So you can show yourself out, I guess. You realize, of course, that what we're doing here, it's completely legitimate. Yeah, here's the thing though. It's completely legitimate, but it's one of those ways where it's like, well, because you're going so near the line of the law, you're basically telling me something that you understand the law. This isn't, oh, we set up a business and, well, you know, we landed up coming near. This is, at every single footing I see here, you have come so near to breaking the law that I bet you, if you were informed tomorrow that law was changing, you would have to scramble your entire business to make sure that when those laws passed, but I'd say you probably would get your friends to stop them from being passed, that those laws would not affect you. And that's the thing I have to ask myself is, those laws aren't going to happen. So, why not just bring in justice itself? Because sometimes justice doesn't have to be just for criminal acts. Sometimes it's for other acts that are just immoral. So, can I give you a piece of advice? We have a massive building, by the way, costing, what was it again? 300 million? Massive. Anyway, and it has 50 floors. Well, it has more than that, but you know what I mean, you're on the 50th floor. And you say, okay, I'm on the 50th floor, and that's where I'll put one of my offices. And that's where you do your dealing, and that's where you meet me. That's not a good place, because what it means is that if I were to get Joshua over here to grab you, what are you doing? What are you doing? Get off me. Put a gag over your mouth. Well then, if he was then to open the window, and then it was to throw you out, well, that would be something, would it not? Well, he's gone. Oh, yeah. Let's go.